The United Way gave us funding so that we can do this little project which we're calling Family, Friends, and Neighbors, and we've created learning bags, ready-to-go bags, for the providers to borrow with all kinds of learning activities in them.
What we're doing with the bags is offering the bags for them to have something to do with the child, so that the child doesn't feel when he goes to preschool or kindergarten, he doesn't feel like he doesn't know anything. You know, we're not only giving you the bag, we're also supporting you and teaching you and having workshops.
They are learning more new things, and they are discovering numbers, colors, start to reading the books and story too.
You feel happy? Do we have a big...
I wouldn't know what to do as a grandmother that would be important to prepare him for school. It was amazing what he was able to learn from this kit. Thank God for United Way, because I've raised 2 children and we didn't have this available to us. It was a hit and miss, and whatever we did, we did.
I can tell you if you come back in 10 years and we collect data on their achievement scores in school, you're going to see a difference in them as compared to other people who haven't had that service.
People don't think of Monroe as having a need. People think of Monroe as, you know, we don't have apartments here, we don't have a lot of rental property, so people who live in Monroe have bought homes, they've made it. But in reality, there are people in Monroe who have need. We have more than 100 families in Monroe who qualify for services, and my guess is there are probably 50 to 100 more families who qualify and either don't know about the pantry or can't bring themselves to ask for help. I do have a lot of senior citizens who use the pantry. However, my biggest group is families, and that's my fastest growing group as well. And not just single parent families. We have dual parent families who, because of situations, need help for a while or for a long time.
I became homeless back in the year 2004. For about 5 months, I lived out of my van, going to work in the morning, sneaking to my father's house to shower, things like that. It was just a terrible turmoil I couldn't get out of. In 2005, I found myself at the doors of Refocus Outreach Ministry in Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is a home for women in crisis. During the time I was there and obtained transitional housing there, I actually was able to also get some skills through community services and supported services providers throughout the community, and one of them being United Way. Life is very good. And United Way, again, I can't say enough. I work closely with them now in so many different areas for consumer and individuals as a whole in the community that I bank on them.
Good morning. I'm Dr. June Malone. I'm the Director of Birth to 8 with the United Way of Coastal Fairfield County. And I'm here this morning with my friends at the Early Childhood Lab School of Housatonic Community College. This is one of the many wonderful programs that are made possible through your campaign contributions to the United Way. Unfortunately, in the city of Bridgeport, about 35% of the children never have this kind of opportunity. But even more troubling is that children who are under the age of 3 have virtually no opportunity for early care and education, so that when they enter the doors of wonderful institutions like this, they're already playing catch-up. We're seeing speech and language delays of 2 to 2.5 years that by the time they reach 3rd grade result in wide achievement gaps and by 10th grade, high levels of school failure. Which is why it is so important that we start early, that we provide opportunities for children before they reach the age of 3 so that when they enter the doors of institutions like this one, they're ready to learn, ready to succeed, and ready to move on to kindergarten. Thank you for your donations.
The changes in the United Way in the last 10 years have been dramatic. And the key change that I've seen is taking the role as collaborator and allowing each of those agencies to make the very best of what they have and enabling them to identify the issues that matter and make change in the community.
We began our Leaders Building Readers, where we decided to build up the home libraries of youth at risk. Literacy is one of our 2 focus areas. We have a long relationship with public schools in the Bridgeport area. We see that early literacy is what helps a child be successful.
Without United Way working with government, whether it's Norwalk, Bridgeport, or any other city, any other chief elected officials, there'd be a gap, whether it's homelessness, food, economic support would not be there. Working with United Way and other nonprofits to extend a hand out to lift someone up is the best exercise for your heart.
I'm a volunteer with the United Way. During tax season, I volunteer at the borough's community center as a volunteer income tax preparer, where we get individuals from the community to come in to get their tax returns prepared. It's a free service, and it just, for me, it's giving back to the community.
Did you make any contributions to an IRA or a 401k?
401k, yes, I did, yes.
There's definitely a need for volunteers. There's also a need for people who know other languages, as well as English, Spanish, Chinese. Our community is so diverse with so many individuals from different parts of the world coming into the Bridgeport community that they also need their tax returns done. And there's a great need for that. If you're interested in being a volunteer, a great way to contact the United Way.
How do you see the future?
Do you see a world full of problems? Do you believe one person can help another?
Or do you see a world we can make better together?
Together.
Do you believe that one person can help another?
That neighbors can help neighbors? Do you see children smiling, playing,
learning, families sitting at the dinner table together?
Together.
With food to eat.
Holidays worthy of celebration. What about sleeping at night? Can we help them sleep?
Night after night.
Making the word homeless obsolete.
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 Do you want to be part of the solution?
Solution. Do you want to make a difference for a real kid? A child just like your own. A child just like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Just like me. And me.
Just like me.
It's our hand. Neighbors can help neighbors. Lend your muscle.
Join hands.
Join hands.
Join hands.
Open your heart.
Think of we before me.
Reach out a hand to one and influence the condition of all.
And influence the condition of all.
Live united.
Live united. Live united. Live united. Live united.
Live united.
Live united. Live united. Live united.
Live united.
How do you see the future?